It's time for you to go. You've overstayed your visa and your work permit has been denied. Sorry. Pack up my stuff. I had an apartment, I had a job, I had friends. I had to just pack all my stuff together and leave. So I came home and my girlfriend was like, why don't you just apply to become a flight attendant? And I said, you can't just be a flight attendant. I went online maybe the next day. So I applied. There was 1,400 applicants and they hired for 4 spaces in Ottawa. So right place, right time. I guess everything happens for a reason, and I'm glad that things didn't work out the way I once wanted them to, because I came home and got the job of my dreams and have since been traveling around the world with it. It was severely hot and we couldn't do any scuba diving, which was sort of a bummer. So what did we decide to do instead? Let's go for a hike. We're going to Hawaii. This is what you do when you're here. Let's go for camping. Let's do some hiking. Sounds great. The number one thing to do on Kauai Island is hike the Kalalau Trail. And I'm reading on Google, oh, it's the number one thing to do. It's rated a 9 out of 10. Our original plan was to hike in, camp overnight, and then hike out the next day. 2 days, yeah, whatever, it's not gonna be a big deal. 4 days later, no food. We were just picking fruits, eating leaves, no bathrooms, no shower, no toilets, bathing in streams and drinking water out of this little tube. Our tent also was not waterproof, so we ended up sleeping in a soaking tent. We ended up finding out that this 9 out of 10 rating online was actually a 9 out of 10 in difficulty, not in beauty or must-dos. No one's finding you. There's no cell phone reception, obviously. This whole Kalalau Trail is nationally protected. You cannot land a boat there. You can't land a helicopter there. You can only get there by hiking. So the 4th day, whatever, we get to the end and it's a full-blown hippie nudist colony that lives there. They raise families there. They build schools. They have kids there that have never seen an outlet or a sink. Basically, the only way to get back to civilization was to either hike back or take a ride on a Sea-Doo with a quote-unquote pirate, and they charge $120 US a head. And we're waiting for this pirate to show up. One eye is like fogged over and just crusted shut. He has maybe 3 teeth. He's saying, who's coming with us? Pay the man. He straps our bags to the back of his Sea-Doo. It's all soaked by the end of it. We didn't even care. It was probably close to an hour-long Sea-Doo ride back to the very beginning. And the waves are huge, and he's bringing us inside these caves, and we're just thinking, we have no life jackets. This guy doesn't care. Just get us back. I need a Gatorade so bad. I need a burger. We're just sick of drinking out of the streams. Afterwards, taking the taxi to the airport, or people that we met in gift shops or whatever. Oh, how was your time in Hawaii? What'd you do? And we're both like, oh, well, we did the Kalalau Trail. And people would look at us like, you guys did that? And we're just like, yeah, wow, you guys are heroes. We're just like, wow, if the locals are having that sort of response, we were somewhere we shouldn't have been doing something we probably should not have been doing. So 9 months ago, I decided to use my flight benefits to go to one of my top bucket list destinations, Madagascar. Took all local bus transportation. I maybe saw 5 Westerners the entire time I was there. And in those 5 Westerners, 3 80-year-old proper Parisian gentlemen who I ran into, and I said, well, I'm actually looking for a place to scuba dive. I can't seem to find anyone that knows which direction to point me in. So the next day I meet up with these amazing, amazing men who bring me out on their boat that they rented, and they were essentially going sport fishing. And if you don't know what sport fishing is, it's basically free diving, so there's no oxygen tank, and a big harpoon gun that they set up themselves. They dive deep underwater. They sit down there for like 4 minutes and just wait. Meanwhile, I'm down there scuba diving, watching them do all this, and they just harpoon them and reel them in all the time. They're holding their breath. 2 of them had met 18 years ago in Madagascar and do this trip every year since. That night for dinner, they of course invited me out. We filleted all the fish ourselves and we ate it, and it just had this big celebration, and my Malagasy brothers, who I was couch surfing with, came with me, and it was just this big, beautiful celebration. It was amazing. The hardest part is buying the ticket. That's the hardest part. The rest is easy. It really gets you outside of your comfort zone. And I mean traveling. I don't mean going on vacation and going to Mexico and staying in a all-inclusive resort for a week. If you're backpacking, you're completely removing yourself from that comfort zone. And that's when you really start to grow. I don't expect you to grow to your full potential if you stay in your own comfortable bubble, driving the same streets every day, going to the same job every day, going home to the same house every day, talking to the same friends every day. Having the balls to just do it is what sets you apart from the people that at the end of their lives look back and say, did I even live? Or did I just play it safe?